Welcome to Cohesive Friendship Unit. I am Chris, and just me today. While we were waiting for our upcoming Nintendo Direct, maybe, question mark, we were treated to something kind of cool. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen will be coming out this April on the Switch. And I want to talk about that game, because I feel like it's going to get slept on again, and I don't think anybody should miss it. But real quick, if you like this video, please throw us a like. If you love us, sub us, and let me know down in the comments if you've ever played Dragon's Dogma. So basically, this is kind of a cult classic. Came out in about 2012 and on the 360 PS3. And I remember there was a demo for this, and I played the demo, and it was just ridiculous. Like, I loved it. It kind of like took me by surprise. And I picked it up kind of on a whim, and it turns out that it's one of my favorite games of that generation. And I think a lot of people who picked it up also agree with that sentiment, and a lot of people who have played the first one pretty much all agree that we're kind of in desperate need, wanting a second one. Came over to Steam a few years ago, very well liked there, and that port was very successful, as well as Xbox One, PS4. So I think the Switch port should be just fine, just based on the age of this game and how well all the porting has gone over and how well it can run on modest hardware. Basically, I'm going to talk about why this game is just so like weirdly good. It is weird. That's like, at the end of the day, it's a weird game. It's an open world action RPG, but it's a compact world. You get very intimate with it. The original release didn't really have any fast travel at all, and the fast travel that's in the actual current, the Dark Arisen expansion, which comes with the game, is very limiting. So you're not going to be zipping around the world. But that's kind of like the gist of it. But I want to start with the story. The story is just so over the top, and all of the dialogue is just so cheesy, but so good that it just works. It's really weird. The long and short of the story is, like, you are a fisherman, or you live in a fishing town. A dragon comes, rips your heart out, and you do not die. And it is now your obligation to go kill that dragon. And this has been done many times before. And that's just, it gets so much more ludicrous from that point on, and the dialogue is just ridiculous. All the voice acting is just like it's like so bad that it's good kind of thing. And by the end of the story, it really does just get out of this world crazy. It's super challenging. It requires a lot of planning and thought to do like literally anything. Like you have to be aware of your inventory, your party's inventory, what time of day it is. Like, you don't want to be caught out at night. The health system's very weird. Like, you can lose health that can't be replenished without having certain things. So it's very challenging. And the endgame's insane. The endgame alone could double your playtime. I think it doubled my playtime. Just to actually, it could more than double your playtime, really, just to get to the true ending and to complete the Dark Arisen expansion, which will come with the game. It takes a lot of time, especially if your character is like just barely at the entry level. And the multiplayer is really unique. So I mentioned like a party. There's 4 people in your party. You, your user created pawn, and then 2 other pawns from pawns that other people created. So like that's how it works. You go online and you browse for other people's pawns, and those pawns play in your party. And when so you can also like rent your pawn out. When your pawn comes back into your game, it like learns maybe something from the quest. Sometimes you can send it back with an item. It gets rated, but it's really unique. It's really cool, and you can with the currency in the game, you can buy an overpowered pawn to get yourself out of a sticky situation. But once they're dead kind of thing. It really is. It's unique. There's honestly nothing like it, and the character creation is just insane. You can look up Dragon Dogma character creations. I honestly think it's like one of the best in the game, or one of the best ever, up there with like a Soul Calibur kind of thing. And there's some really great boss fights, and there's really cool climbing mechanic with these boss fights. The bigger enemies, you can just totally climb all over to hit them at specific parts. and it's actually really cool. It's like Shadow of the Colossus-esque, except not everything is as big as the Colossi, but there are some pretty big bosses in this. And again, they're just really hard and really fun. And there's a class system, so there's a lot of character builds. And you make your own a class for your primary character, and you make a class for your pawn. So there's a lot of replayability, a lot of character builds. The pawn class in your class you can change as many times as you want. There's like 3 base classes you start with, and those can like further specialize. So yeah, there's a lot of like experimentation. Like the subreddit has like a lot of optimized builds that you can go for. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's really nothing like it quite like Dragon's Dogma. I'm definitely getting, for $30, this thing's a steal. Like I did because I've played it 3 times now, and the last playthrough I kind of tried to rush through. Like I tried to get through the base game and the Dark Arisen expansion, and it took me 45 hours, and that's like me knowing what I'm doing kind of thing. So it's super fun. I'm excited, and hey, if it runs at 720p in handheld, that's gonna be a dream come true. But I mean, that's just me. Let me know what you guys think, and if you're planning on picking up Dark Arisen, don't sleep on it. Also, all this gameplay, I am pretty ludicrously overpowered for the area I'm in. I just wanted to kind of show you guys around, but that's all. Catch you guys next time.